Welcome back to The Good Life. I am Psyche Terry, and this is my lovely, illustrious husband and co-host, Vontoba Terry.
We're your hosts and ambassadors of all things good living.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Well, you know what? Let's just get right in today's show.
That sounds great to me. Now listen. Before we started the show, I have to tell them this.
Okay.
You poured some water in the cup.
Okay, here we go.
And it was bubbling.
Yes.
And you asked me if I had had some, and I said no.
Is it drink or drunk?
Drink.
If you drink any.
But I saw the bubbles in there, and I was like,
sparkling.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like something was wrong with it. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Let me see you drink it. Come on.
Wasn't there some coffee in it too? Okay, I'll drink it. If your wife pours you something,
that's right. So I'm the food maker in the house. I make breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when he's hungry, he'll be like, "Honey, I'm just telling you. I'm telling everybody. This is my role in the world."
It's true. We're gonna have some fun today.
We are having fun. We're already having fun.
We're going to talk to a doctor.
Yes.
We're going to talk to our relationship expert.
Yes.
We even have a financial expert.
She may tell me to stop cooking for you all the time.
I love your cooking.
And dressing you. And clean. Well, you wash clothes.
Sometimes.
Well, don't tell nobody all that.
Well, we're a team. It's a team
We
effort.
are a team. Speaking of food, we got some interesting trend or trash for you from our illustrious TikTok. Let's give it a shot.
You just literally take them, pop them in half. You're kidding me.
Hold on a second. I gotta try this shit. Okay, so we're gonna do this. So I pop it, right? Are you kidding me? I've been using my teeth for the past 20 years to break. I'm done.
What? So,
wow.
So TikTok is telling me all these years of trying to find a scissor. Can you find a scissor? Somebody got a scissor, and then let's be real, Vaughn. Like,
those teeth.
And we got 3 kids.
Slicing up the corner of your lip.
Right there. That's that sliced part where you be like, but it's worth it because then you put a little bit of the ice right there on the burn where you burn your. Are you from where I'm from?
I'm from where you from.
I'm just telling you.
Listen, I've been on this earth more than a few decades. You've been on this earth 21 years. But I learned something new. This social media thing is just blowing my mind. We got some freeze pops here.
Come on, because we have 3 kids. So my true question is, does it break in threes, Vontoba?
Well, I got on a white dress shirt. I hope I don't splash myself. Let me see. I think I can break it.
One.
Ready? One.
It's cold.
Oh, you count us in.
Okay. 1, 2. TikTok, are you ready? TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
Mother
We try it one more time.
TikTok.
Count us in.
I mean, 1, 2, 3. Vaughn, this reminds me of something.
Oh dear, put it down. Put it down.
I'm thinking about like the bananas, and you expect them to be nice and hard, and you put them in a smoothie, and there you go. So
there you go. Those brown bananas.
Oh, I can't stand a brown banana, but they're great when they're frozen and in a smoothie.
So what's the vote? Trend or trash? 1, 2, 3. Trash.
You're right.
Come on, TikTok.
Come on, who did that? Where they at? I mean, they got some strong, like, illustrious hands is what just happened.
No,
they broke that thing.
They must have razors in their
fingers. They got small, tiny teeth in their fingers.
That's not it. That's not it. So
that's trash.
People keep our DMs popping with dating and relationship questions.
They do.
And we love it.
We do,
as long as it's not about us.
18 years. I mean, you can ask stuff about us too. This has been 18 years. We count up, really 17, almost 18.
Yeah, almost.
It's been a long time, I know that much. We got a whole adult child ready to lead a house of a marriage.
True.
Right? Ready for vacation.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
But we got our girl, Tera Stidum.
She's good.
She Dates Savvy.
I'm learning a lot, Vaughn. I mean, dating you savvy.
Oh, yeah. We date savvy each other. So she's back again to share her savvy relationship advice.
Coming up next. Listen, I'm so excited to have you back.
Hey, girl.
Tera, you have been bringing it. And
fun with y'all.
Girl, y'all have been bringing it too. So I got to give you your credit too. Thank you for the questions.
They are bringing it.
Thank you, because it's keeping me well and identified in where I need to stay.
And I need you to know that you should continue to cook for your husband
and
pick out his outfits. But I don't know about this water, sis. Like, what's that? That's not.
I wouldn't drink it, but
Are you trying to make him?
She day savvy, y'all. She day savage over here.
Savage, exactly. That was cute. I like that. I'm just trying to keep everybody. I'm gonna actually move it over.
You gonna move it? Oh,
just a little bit. It's giving suspect. Like, it's like, what is this? I don't know. Don't drink that Vontoba.
Well, let's get into your tea. What you got over there? What's hot and bubbling?
I have a really good question. Okay. And this could be for dating, married, just in a relationship.
I'm nervous now.
And the question is simply, what are relationship red flags?
Oh, yes.
Red flags. Yes. Let's get to it.
Wait a minute.
So, and I have my cards here because I want to make sure I don't miss a thing.
Don't miss a whole thing, girl, because I need a pencil over here.
Is a person who moves too fast.
Oh.
I think if a person moves too fast, they may be trying to make you fall in love with them before you find out who they really are. Like, there is probably something that they're trying to hide, and they figure, well, if I get you to fall first, then you won't know, and then I don't have to worry about it. Okay? So that's my first one. If a person moves too fast, I feel like there's something you want to say.
I'm just saying, it wasn't that. What had happened was I really liked him, and I was like, we get married?
Let me find out you were the one moving fast.
Let you find out. I've been married 18 years, but I was like.
So how quickly in did you want to know?
Well, I mean.
Because we already know you told the girl to go, like, I know.
Well, that was like, we met in month 1, okay? So I would say by month 10, I was like, what we doing here?
No. That's way normal. Ooh, listen, we were picking out rings like month 4. So,
okay.
Oh, that's normal. But I'm talking about the, like, within a few weeks, like literally one. And unfortunately, I know someone that this happened to.
Like, what's your favorite color, boo? Like, did you want to have a dog?
Right.
You know?
You start there. But this person moved really quickly and then turned out to be somebody completely different. So moves really fast. This one, and this is really hard for ladies, he puts you on a pedestal. And who doesn't want to be adored and felt like, I'm right?
Yeah.
But if he puts you high up on a pedestal, we're going to fall down. Like the first time you do something wrong or something that he doesn't like, or maybe even she, because let's be real, because I know I'm she date savvy, but it's for men too.
But
okay, it's for the fellas as well. So they put you on a pedestal. Okay.
Yeah, I had that too.
Really?
Yeah, I did. He put me on a pedestal, and actually it was an interracial relationship, and I think he was just very, very happy to try out something new. And so I was a pedestal of like, you're new versus like, you're you. Hello, somebody.
Hello, because I'm a whole me.
Yes.
Not just a new.
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all heard? Oh, that's good.
Chapter
that
2,
was
honey.
good.
Yes.
Because, I encourage women and men to do interracial dating if you're open to it, but of course not to be the new thing, the new toy, the new tryout. Yeah. Like, you gotta love me because you love me, not you looking for a black woman or this or that.
For real. Or a rich man or this man. Or, you have to, like, it's the whole picture.
Yes.
Yeah, girl.
So they put you on you on a pedestal. The next one is just them being disrespectful. And disrespect can come in many ways, right? That can come in many ways. So if a person is disrespectful to you, if your gut is like, I don't really like how that felt, those are kind of those little flags. They starting to fly. Next one, if they're a manipulator.
Oh, give me more. Tell me more.
Listen, if a person is trying to make you feel a certain way about things, if a lot of times it kind of comes as like a guilt trip, right? Yeah. Where it's like, oh, well, Psyche, I can't believe that you're going to go to the movies with your girls, but that's fine. I understand they're probably more important to you than I am. And you're like, but I really love you. What do you mean? I'm just going out with my girls. That's a manipulation, right? Because they want you to feel bad. Right. And that goes hand in hand with my last tip, which is a person who gaslights you. Now, gaslighting is...
Please explain. Gaslighting.
Gaslighting is a term that has become very popular, but when we think about it, you're like, oh, snap, I think I've gone through that. So a person who gaslights you devalues your feelings. They make you feel like what you're saying doesn't matter. It's not warranted. So if you're having an argument with someone and they're like, Psyche, it wasn't even that bad, and you're making this into this big deal, and it's okay. I was just out with my homeboys for a party, and you making it like I'm just always on the go with the guys. And you're like, wait, but you are. I am here. You didn't call me. You didn't let me know. Which are all violations in a relationship, right? Because you're like, hey, I need to know where you are. It's okay. Just send a text and check in. But now he wants to make you feel like you all in your head that you are even questioning him for not coming home.
Oh.
Right? So he's gaslighting you.
I've been gaslit as a teenager.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of ladies and men have found there are a lot of people. So if a person is trying to make you not feel valid with your feelings. Yeah. Because we know how we feel.
But okay.
And you're like, but my feelings are valid. But if you find a guy or a woman who's making you feel like, oh, well, it's no big deal. And you're like, but it really is to me. Tera, that's gaslighting.
Real quick, how do I like this new colloquialism. How do I say it in a sentence? You just gaslit me? Or
stop gaslighting me.
Stop gaslighting.
Stop gaslighting me.
Stop gaslighting me.
Stop gaslighting me.
Or
don't gaslight me.
Don't gaslight me.
Don't gaslight me.
Don't gaslight me. Gaslight.
Because it's like you're telling me that what I'm saying is not valid. My feelings are not valid when I know they are, but you're trying to convince me otherwise. So that's why I said it kind of goes with that manipulation. Which it's all connected. I know we got real serious on this one, but this was a great question.
Yes. Well, honestly, I've had a girlfriend that had a ton of red flags, and I was that friend, and it means so much to me, y'all. If you are that girlfriend and you see your girlfriend going through red flags, or if you're going through red flags, like, hold up your flag and
hold
say
it up and acknowledge it, but also hold space for her, because sometimes they don't want to know. You know what I mean? Like they know those flags are flying, and so I'm never I told you so girlfriend. Like I don't move in that spirit. I hold space for her so that when she does find out what she needs to find out, I'm there to love on her and be like, girl, we're gonna get through this.
We're gonna get through it.
Yeah.
Hold space for her, y'all.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Tera.
Absolutely.
And of course, how can we find you if we have any more questions?
Listen, they can slide into our DMs, of course, here at The Good Life, and they can find me online at She Dates Savvy on all the socials, online, and all that good stuff.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes,
thanks for sharing that wisdom.
Yes.
All right. Up next, y'all, we will meet a psychologist who is using fashion to change your mood. Ooh. Don't go away. I'll be right back.
My little shoulder action here. What's my mood?
What's the mood, boo? What is that mood?
We got some skin showing. What we feeling?
Welcome back to The Good Life. I'm your host, Psyche Terry, and she's been called the dress doctor, even the wardrobe whisperer. Today, she's breaking down the psychology of fashion for us. Please welcome the author of Dress Your Best Life, Dr. Dawnn Karen. Hey, Dr. Dawnn Karen.
Hi, Psyche. Nice to see everyone. Happy to be here.
Yes, thank you so much. You look beautiful.
Thank you. I tried.
Yes, girl. You are, as I like to say, you are killing the game. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited to hear more about your entire, thought process around dressing and the psychology of that. Here my name is Psyche. So, girl, get all into, of course, I'm just nosy. I'm like, forget this. What does this say? What am I saying here? I just want to know. Can I just start there?
Well, I'll start with you. This is just speaking extemporaneously. Blue is the color of being trustworthy. Okay. Oh. You want to appear trustworthy. You are giving tips on your show. So you want to come off as being very trustworthy, and that's what you're giving. Okay.
Oh, okay. So I guess one of my questions is really breaking down other colors. So I love green, and I wear a lot of this color here, whatever that is, pink, red. Can you talk to me a little bit about just breaking down the colors and moods and just all of that information?
Yeah, so green is the color for sustainability, fertility. Right now, being sustainable is in, since we coming out of a pandemic or in a pandemic. I don't know where we are with that, but green is, like I said, is the color of fertility, sustainability. Red is the color of power, sensuality, Yellow is the color of happiness. White is the color of purity, and the list goes on.
Yes. Oh, I never thought about that. So, I mean, how did you get started in this area? Because I mean, you're so well versed in. I just put clothes on. I'm just real honest with you. But how did you get into the psychology of colors and clothing and just style?
Yeah, so I used to work as a model. I used to work as a designer as well in the industry just before people began to be influencers. And I really didn't like how people would look at me and just see me as a mannequin. I really didn't like that. I have degrees from Columbia University as a psychologist. And so, I was like, hey, I need to do something revolutionary. At the time, former President Barack Obama was in office. And so I felt very inspired. He had gone to my alma mater. And I was like, hey, why don't I be a pioneer and create a whole new academic discipline? So I actually merged the fashion industry and psychology for the first time. I own the intellectual property, the patents behind it. And so, yeah, and I've been doing my thing for about, let's say, 12 years now. So yeah.
That is, I mean, my goodness. So tell me more about your thing. Like, what are you doing now with this new? I mean, you have just like conquered the universe of fashion and coloring and style. Tell me more. What are you doing with it?
Yeah, so I am the first Black psychology female professor at the Fashion Institute of Technology here in New York. I am also the youngest professor there, so I teach my subject through there. In addition to being a professor, if someone doesn't want to attend FIT, I'll also have my own Fashion Psychology Institute where they can take online classes. I also have a consultancy, Fashion Psychology Success, where I work with clients such as PayPal, Unilever, Klarna, ASAP Rocky, Chris Robb, and the list goes on. What do I not do? As a pioneer, I'm also an author of my book behind me, Dress Your Best Life. It's published in 5 languages: Russian, Ukrainian, Spanish, Czech. I have 6 different book covers. So I do it all as a pioneer, as a Black woman, as a woman of color. You have to touch, as you said, the universe. I got to extend out to the stratosphere. So what do I not do?
Oh my gosh, what don't you do? Okay, I'm like, my goodness, you truly are taking over the universe. You do deserve a round of applause, like around the world of applause. That is phenomenal. FIT, you are teaching and instructing people on how to be better and how to bring their best self through fashion. I mean, my gosh, you are taking over the world. Talk to me a little bit about the book. That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, so my book, Dress Your Best Life, it came out during the pandemic. It took me several years to write it. I'm signed to Penguin Random House as well as Hachette. So I have 2 deals. So my book is published in the US, the UK, and all around the world. But with my book, Dress Your Best Life, it chronicles like mental health, how you can use mental health, how you can, alleviate some of your mental health issues by using fashion. Not everyone wants to talk, and there are some people that just dress how they feel and they're not aware. So I just came up with like a new modality. If you're feeling down, why not try my theory mood illustration dress or mood enhancement dress? Put on your favorite outfit in the house and instantly boost your mood. So it's an alternative approach to therapy, but the fashion industry needs to work on their mental health. So it's a long time coming. It's about time.
Oh my gosh. I mean, going from model to designer to really illustrating in black and white how to change your mood. And I love it because I was a judge for Miss Texas, right, for Miss America. And I never would have thought about how many of these girls had social platforms that were all about mental health. So how would you tell a girl that is sharing that, hey, my mental health was struggling through the pandemic? What would you tell her to put on to make just, I don't know, what are the steps? What does she need to do from a fashion perspective?
Yeah, so I have an exercise. It's having a mindful morning. So you wake up before you get out of your bed. You ask yourself, how am I feeling? You do a self check-in. So if you're feeling gloomy, you're feeling kind of melancholy, then I have you employ this theory. It's called mood enhancement dressing. It's dressing to optimize your mood. During the pandemic, I nicknamed it dopamine dressing. So it's actually going to, when you wear your favorite color or your favorite print, your favorite texture, is actually going to release that dopamine, that happiness chemical, so you can feel instantly better. Now, that's something you can do on your own. If someone would like to have a few sessions with me, I can counsel them to get to the root of what's happening to them what had happened to them during the pandemic, and then we can then modify their mood with their clothing. But that's something you can do instantly at home.
I'm thinking even like as a stylist, right? So how would you suggest a stylist, and really what's the difference between a stylist and a fashion psychotherapist?
Yes. Okay. So a stylist and a fashion psychologist. So I actually have degrees in psychology. So you have to go to school.
Okay. Hold on, because I said psychotherapist. So help me. So psychotherapist versus psychologist, two totally different things.
Two totally different things.
Listen,
I am
Columbia's
a psychologist.
Here. You listen. Okay, I'm like Columbia just walked in the room like, ma'am. Yes. Okay. So psychology and styling, but mixing them together. But what's the difference for?
Yes, so stylists, they're looking at trends, they're looking at body type, what's in. They're going to dress you based on what's in. Most of your latest celebrities, they have stylists. They're going to put them in the latest, the greatest. As a fashion psychologist, I actually get to the root of your childhood, some of your traumas, how you feel on an everyday basis, how you would like to feel. So I actually style from the inside out, not from the outside.
It seems like celebrities, like I use a stylist. It seems like I would want them using you so that they're not just putting clothes on me, right? That's what, exactly. Yes, I love it. I absolutely love it. So what if a person is like loving black as a color? What does that mean about me? I mean, them.
What does it mean about you? So what it means about you, Psyche, is you're a mysterious person. Also someone who wears black is someone who is powerful, but it's subtle. So this person, when they walk in the room, everyone notices. They have a quiet confidence. It's not on display to see. So that person can very much come off as intimidating. Someone who wears black, in that moment, they could actually be an introverted person. Being in front of the camera, dealing with people 24/7, running a business, you may have a moment where it's like, okay, I want to sort of be to myself, be inward. And you may wear black for that reason. And it happens on autopilot. It happens below the unconscious, right? In the unconscious mind. So you may not even have awareness that you're even feeling this and even doing it. So.
You know what? I remember doing Fashion Week, doing Serena's whole fashion show. I was so excited to be there, girl. And I wore black. And that was just what I did. This was back before the pandemic. I remember a girlfriend sliding into my DMs like, why you always wear black? But now I'm going to say, you know what? Dr. Dawnn said that I am like powerful. So back it up. Yeah. Girl, how do we find you? How does she find you? Okay, because I need to send her your information so she can get out my DMs.
Look, so Instagram, Dr.Dawnn Karen. If you just type in my name on Google, Dawnn Karen, Dawnn with 2 N's, Karen, you will find me everywhere. Where will you not find me? In several different languages. So just type it in, reach me on Instagram, send me an email, Twitter, Facebook, all the platforms, LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to help.
I love it. So several different languages, because I heard something about a world tour. Like, what is that?
Oh, yes. So I do have a book tour. I was scheduled to go on several huge media appearances, but I didn't do that during the pandemic. So right now I'm like, hey, let's do a world tour. I'm coming to a city near you. So, hey, if you want me to come to your city, your state, your country, just write me, let me know.
Love it. Well, you all heard it here first. I'm powerful. I'm trustworthy. I am calm. I'm fertile. Maybe I'm get out of my green. I got to find another word. I'm sustainable. I don't know, girl. I have learned some stuff from Dr. Dawnn today. Dr. Dawnn, thank you so much for joining us today. What a fantastic time talking to you and learning a whole lot more about them and me. That was fantastic. Y'all, we are headed to a break, but when we come back, we are going to go to my corner. Welcome back. You ever feel like you need to take a little break, just a tiny one, or have a moment in the corner by yourself? Well, I do. And that's why Psyche's Corner is so important. And today we're getting into some of my personal favorite self-care routines. In fact, I'm going to show you one right now. Hi, welcome to my workout. We're going to do what's called leg lifts. And the purpose is to keep that core nice and tight. Here we go. We're going to go to 10 or 15 if you're feeling strong. Here we go. Arms out. 1, 2, 3. Don't go above your head. 4. Keep your arms flat. Keep your back flat. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should feel it in your tummy. 11. Nice and crunch. 12. Almost there. 13. Keep the legs straight. 14. Let's finish strong. 15. That's it. Thanks for working out. Well, you had a chance to hear more about what I do and what you can do to get yourself together, because it's about self-care. It's whatever makes you happy, quite frankly. Whatever you need to do in your corner, girl, do you. Man, guy, do you. Up next, we've gone from talking about my holistic health and my holistic mind health to holistic wealth. What is that you say? Well, stay tuned and find out.
Welcome back. It's time for Give and Grow, where we discuss all things money and business to give you the tools to live your good life. Today we have Keisha Blair, a mom who knows how to pivot and rise to the challenge. After her husband's death, this newly single mom had to figure out how to stay financially afloat and carry on with 2 children. Please welcome the best-selling author of Holistic Wealth, 32 Life Lessons to help you find purpose, prosperity, and happiness. Keisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
So we already jumped into a little bit about your life story and your experience. Let's get into it. Your husband died tragically at the age of 34. How did you move forward from that?
Yeah, that was it was such a tragic event. And I just remember thinking at the time, I had just given birth to my second child. He was just 8 weeks old when my husband died. And I had a 3-year-old as well. And it's unbelievable how at a time when you're most vulnerable already, because you've just gone through, let's say, childbirth, you're a new mom, you're trying to figure out life, you're just off the heels of 30 years old, and then this happens. It felt like, the end of the world for me. It honestly did. And I remember thinking that, I need some time to do some soul searching. I need time to figure out what I would do, the type of life I would want for me and my 2 boys. And that's when, in the book, I talk about this sabbatical. That's when I took that time to really refresh, renew, and refocus my life, and to think about, how I would craft a life going forward. And that's the framework that's really laid out in this book. And as a trained economist, I wanted to present people, like everyone, and all of us have had this setback through COVID-19. I wanted this framework that could help everyone, refocus and renew after any type of, life-altering setback.
Sure. Now, part of your process was writing an article in your path of moving forward. And that article was viewed by over 50 million people. How did you feel about it when you realized that was the response to this article you wrote about, getting through on this path from your husband's passing?
Yeah, and it was unbelievable. So, and as you mentioned, like it was this article. I posted it on Thrive Global, and it was entitled "My Husband Died at age 34. Here are 40 life lessons I learned from it." And it was one of the most vulnerable articles I've ever read. And the editors emailed me and said, we want this to be one of our top articles for the year. And I think it was that combination of the life lessons that were shared, both in terms of money and financial wellness, but also about taking care of our mental health, our physical health, and our emotional health, and how all of that ties together in terms of our mission and having a life purpose and how we overcome setbacks. And I think people really, really connected with it because it was a very vulnerable piece coming from the heart. And there's so many people who responded. And that's why we have this book and this framework that we have today.
That's wonderful. Now help us understand, what is holistic wealth?
Yes, so holistic wealth combines various pillars. It combines a life purpose and mission. It combines mental, physical health, or emotional and spiritual health, as well as financial independence. And all of these things combined, give us wholeness and build resilience in time of need. And as you can imagine, like all of these pillars are so important in terms of, achieving prosperity and in terms of having a meaningful life and having that richness of experience. And so that's why, this holistic perspective is so important as we think about what we want our lives to look like going forward.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And I have a copy of your book right here. What can people learn in the book? Like, what do you hope people take away from it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the book is broken down in 4 parts. The first part is life purpose. And, it's unbelievable how when we build the various portfolios, like I talk about the holistic wealth portfolio and the life purpose portfolio, which is part 1, is part of that. And that's a big part. And part of that is having a mission, living a life well lived, thinking about goals with wisdom and how we set those goals, thinking about experiences that enrich us and in terms of meaning. And so that's the first part. And as you can imagine, there's a part about emotional and spiritual wellness. So that's build your emotional and spiritual portfolio. And that, of course, includes,
Question about that, Keisha, because that's so important right now. People are dealing with financial anxiety. They're stressed about gas prices, inflation. I don't know about where you are, but it's $5 a gallon here. How can people calm down that anxiety and have that emotional wellness as part of their holistic wealth?
That's such an important point. And I'm glad you asked that because you're right. Every single day we go to the gas station or the supermarket, the prices are higher, it seems. And so mindfulness and like renewing ourselves on a daily basis, gratitude, like all of these things combined that I talk about in the book. Just yesterday I was saying to a friend, every single day I have to spiritually renew myself and renew my spirit and renew my hope and motivation in life. Because I think for many of us, it's just that feeling of hopelessness, especially when we see our dollars not stretching as far as they used to. And so every single day calls for that, especially during this time, mindful spending, watching our budget, gratitude for what we have and for, how far we've come on this journey. And there's so much of that tied up into the book and in this framework, which is so important.
That is important, Keisha. And what's important is that more people learn about what you have to offer them in terms of holistic wealth. Where can we follow you or learn more about your podcast and your institute?
Absolutely. So the Institute on Holistic Wealth, there's lots of resources there. And the website is www.instituteonholisticwealth. And my personal website is KeishaBlair.com. And of course, if viewers want to tune into the podcast, you can find it on Apple, on Spotify, all the major platforms.
Great. That's wonderful. Keisha, thank you so much for coming on the Good Life Show today. Truly, one way to allow people to give and grow, which is what we talk to people about here, is to live a life full of holistic wealth. So pick up the book if you're watching and check out Keisha's podcast and her institute as well. Thank you again, Keisha.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to come back with some final thoughts, and we'll be right back.
Woo! Wow. What a day. What a segment. I mean,
Wow.
That was good. I really cannot believe it's over. It was good.
That was awesome.
Vontoba,
I learned something new.
I'm telling you, yes. I'm like, this is like the good life, the
Yes.
real good life, the true life. It's all about financial wealth. It's about the psychology. It's about
healthy relationships.
all of that. Yes.
So I want to say thank you to our guests.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah, we had Tera Stidum, our online dating coach, She Date Savvy, Dr. Dawnn Karen, the fashion psychologist, and holistic wealth expert, Keisha Blair.
Yeah.
Great guests on the Good Life Show.
That's what I'm trying to say, Vontoba. I'm telling you, this is about our good life, but I feel like we are bringing more people to the table to understand how their good lives are so that we can all have a good life.
Yes.
Listen, y'all, stay connected to us. Follow The Good Life on Instagram. Follow me and Vontoba. We're going to continue to be honest and transparent about how to have a good life.